Hey guys, it's Jessie. Today I'm doing another book review. This time it is on The Infinite Sea, so if you haven't checked out The Fifth Wave yet, you should definitely go read that and then come back so that we can chat about this one. I will try to make this book as spoiler-free as possible, and hey guys, it's Jessie. Today I'm doing another book review. This time it's on The Infinite Sea by Yancey. So if you haven't read The Fifth Wave, you definitely should and then come back, but I will try to keep this as spoiler-free as possible. So this book, I've heard mixed reviews on. A lot of people were saying that they didn't enjoy it as much, that it wasn't very good. So I was kind of nervous about starting this and was just thinking, this had to somehow propel the whole story or the trilogy in order to, pull the last book kind of. I heard mixed reviews going into this book about whether people liked it or not, and it seemed to be that a lot of people didn't like it. Mostly for the fact that it didn't really have anything happening, didn't really drive the story forward. I guess that it was just kind of boring, but I really felt like it was pretty decent. So I don't know if it's just because my expectations were so low, or if it was just because it just wasn't as bad as everybody said. I'm not really sure, but I definitely enjoyed it. I thought that it actually brought a lot to, so far, the duology, but I think eventually it's really going to move the story forward into the trilogy, so I'm really looking forward to The Last Star. But this one picks up right where The Fifth Wave ended, and kind of Camp Haven had gone under, and it's just kind of right where we left off. So all of the survivors from that, and kind of how that kind of. So this picks up right where we left off with the Fifth Wave, with the destruction of Camp Haven. So the destruction of that base, and then the survivors that had gotten away, we kind of get to know a little bit more about what's happening in that time period. So we start to piece together some of the storyline here about after the destruction of the camp. So this is more of the survival story, especially because the camp had just been. This is more of a survival story and what happened in those in-between moments. So the group of survivors are. So Ben and his group are all still together, and obviously they're still trying to figure out what to do, where to go, how to survive. One by one, they know that they can't stay in this meeting spot that they had, because that they're going to be basically hunted. So they're trying to find somewhere that's safe enough for them to survive through this winter that's kind of set upon them, giving really cold temperatures. Obviously they have no electricity, and they're trying to survive. And one by one, it seems like they're being picked off, and whether they're really gone for good or not, we kind of figure out later in the story. But so far, Ringer and Teacup had been left the group, and so as we kind of continue there, we still have questions whether they're still alive, whether they found shelter, where's Evan, and kind of what happened to the others at this point. We are introduced to this character named Grace, and at first I'm trying to figure out how she knows Evan and how she plays into all this and what the heck is really going on. I was a little bit kind of confused there, as we picked up on it and figured out and tried to figure out how she played into it and whether she was good, bad, whatever. So that part I found kind of interesting. I felt like there was actually a lot of action. It just came in bits and pieces. So I don't think the whole story was, or the whole book was necessarily like couldn't put it down, really gripped you, kept you moving. I think it was kind of a steady pace, and there was certain parts that were definitely action-packed and really great. I think there were parts that were full of action and had me on my seat in those moments, but overall the whole story was just steady. So then we go on to find out that the others are still active and still figuring out what they're going to do, what their next move is. And so it's kind of interesting to see things. It's interesting to see things from their perspective, and it's interesting to see. Stop. It's interesting to hear their perspective. Out. Get out. 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 Get. It was interesting to get their perspective as well, now that they're kind of forced to change their game plan as well and try to figure out, I said as well a lot there. So yeah, I think it was interesting to hear the others' point of view now that they're also scrambling to get a new game plan put together and figure out what their next step will be. And what's going on over here? Yeah, there we go. Okay. We get introduced to a couple new characters, and I actually love what happens here, especially between Ringer and the new character Razor, and I was definitely rooting for them, and the end definitely had a couple things that I didn't necessarily see coming, and I'm not sure whether it really comes to the stopping point and the hanging point that they leave you on, or if it's kind of tricky whether they're going to come back in and somehow appear kind of like Evan seems to do. He always keeps his promises, so I'm curious to see if that's what's going to happen in this as well. The biggest question at the end was what the heck is going to happen next. So I definitely feel like this book was pretty good and did help move the story forward, even though it wasn't super fast-paced. I would give it a 4 out of 5. I really did enjoy it. So if you didn't enjoy it, comment below and let me know why, because I would love to kind of hear your side. Again, I don't know if it was just I had such low expectations that it just kind of blew me away, or if it really just isn't as bad as people say, and I don't know if they just had reflected on other people's words without reading it. I don't know, but I definitely enjoyed it. Really looking forward to The Last Star and cannot wait to get a copy in my hands and finish up this trilogy. I love it so far. I really can't wait to get I'm really looking forward to The Last Star and it coming out, getting a copy in my hands and finishing this trilogy. I've really enjoyed it so far, and I can't wait to see how it finishes because there's a bunch of questions that I have and hope that they all get answered and hope it finishes on a really strong ending. So let me know what else you're excited for. Lame. If you read this and you do want to get into a couple spoilers, definitely feel free to direct message me or direct message me either on here or on Instagram, because there's some really cute parts in here and then some shocking moments that I would love to chat with somebody about, but I just don't want to spoil it out here. So definitely reach out and let me know because I'm dying to talk to somebody about this. And that is it, guys. I have, that's it. So I'm super excited. Would love to hear what you guys have been reading, what you've enjoyed, or what's on your TBR, what you're looking forward to. That's it. I really recommend this to anybody. So if you guys haven't picked this series up, definitely do it. You won't regret it. I recommend this series to anybody. I'm super excited about it. Can't wait to finish it. And other than that, I guess I will see you guys next time. If you haven't picked up this series yet, I definitely would. I highly recommend it. And that's it. Thanks for tuning in again, you guys. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Bye! Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to chatting with you guys again soon. Bye!